Welcome, CNG 212. Today is Wednesday. I had a question come in, a few questions come in regarding the project. Um, am I going to add a rubric to the project? That is a negative. I will not add a rubric to the project because trying to make sure that it works in an online environment is going to be extremely difficult because it's going to be uh, perhaps someone's laptop takes a blows up at the end of the course. There's no real way for me to say, okay, they did the work since it's unretrievable. So that's why I kind of took the course project in this kind of fashion. Um, I guess I have it already downloaded. That's why I took the project in sort of this kind of fashion, is because you can follow this layout, and hopefully you do, since this is a final project, you do store this in the cloud, or don't care where you store it really. But as long as you start, I should say, you don't even have to store this project in the cloud. Basically, you just have to store your method or procedure, your MOP, in the cloud, and that's really what I'm going to take a look at is your MOP and your presentation. Um, and it's really an all or nothing um, type of grade. Did you install three features? In your MOP, if you installed three features and then one died on you, I'm gonna see it in your work detail as, hey, I installed this, it broke at this point, and then you're gonna say, okay, in my work detail, you're gonna put notes in there that tell me, uh, this part messed up, known issues. This part messed up, currently being worked on. And that's how I know that, if something went wrong, you're working on it or trying to get to work on, but it's in there. So that's why this is real valuable here. There's method of procedures, and that goes into um, the additional question in the email. Um, when do I start my method of procedures? I would start your method of procedures right off the back. I mean, I'd make this number one. And if you do some quick searches, Google, let's see if we can't open up a tab. And remember, MOP, method of procedure. There you go. I mean, you could take a look at some of the ones already made. Some are going to be like data sheets. Um, I mean, this one's very simple for development service from Oracle. They have an overview, prerequisites, and this is just the framework that you're going to use. You're not going to really use their um, meat that they're saying. Features, key deliverables. In features, key deliverables, you're going to say um, have a server, a client, and three features within Windows Server installed and hopefully running. Hopefully you guys get these all running. Um, and then you're not going to say customer responsibilities. They're going to be student responsibilities. And then assumptions, and then you don't really have to put orders and assumptions in. As you see, the key features that we need in ours, where'd that go? Right here. Table of contents, introduction, overview, upgrade information, important information, known issues. And that was just a quick search on in Google. Um, Excuse me. There's going to be a few. There's a few out there. Um, yeah, here's another free one from W3. Um, W3. Basically, they just give you the outline. Slightly different, but as you see, there is a format that is followed that lists some important information. So once again, um, start your MOP early. Um, you can even throw in your plan in there. This is what I plan to do. Maybe do that in your introduction. Like, this is what I'm planning to do, and start your MOP that way. But yeah. Oh, one more email came in. Where do I get Windows Server? Um, I did a quick search, and this one was why do I have that? Uh, Microsoft, of course. You can do server evaluations for specific times. So this was 180 days. You can find 2016 on here. You can probably pull out a core. Um, and really, I just did a basic search, and it included students, Windows Server, and this one was 2019. I'm sure if you did 2016 core, 2019 core, you could get the same exact responses. Um, but that's where you get your Windows keys just for evaluation. Make sure it's reputable. I would say just make sure you use Microsoft sites for those images. And for those of you that have old um, keys, I would assume that's fine to use those too. If you run into any issues, make sure you call Microsoft. I know you can do key validation through online, but it takes a little bit more steps when you just call them. It's sometimes a little bit quicker. Well, it's usually a little bit quicker. And with that, if you have any other questions, make sure to reach out. There will be no more additional rubric added to the syllabus, so make sure that you follow the handout, and add everything in the handout. I would consider this a rubric, really, and make sure that you're following this to the T. If anything's um, up to question, make sure to hop in the Google chat and ask. Um, I would say if you have a question, ask in Google Chat simply because there's more of your classmates in there that are probably working on this just like you are. And if you have the question, chances are they might have a similar question, and it's like taking out two birds with one stone. Instead of just shooting me an email, um, you guys can start to brainstorm and add off one another. And this, I guess, this correlates to yesterday too. Um, you know, what's the easiest way to learn PowerShell? I was kind of thinking about that. I haven't looked at it in a while, but perhaps if anybody can double check this, um, use your library card to access Lynda and see if there are any short server classes for PowerShell. Um, those videos are like 2-3 minutes long each, and you can really they usually walk you through some sort of demonstration that can help you finalize a task that can really improve your project performance. So if you have any questions, I would say ask him in the Hangouts. Get that student feedback. The one-on-one emails are good, but it's kind of like I said, if you have that question, somebody else probably has that question, and if you just shoot them to one spot, everybody can kind of brainstorm and come up with solutions that are different even than from the solutions I offer. All right, I'll let you guys get started. Remember, only we have the 11th next week, week 11, 12, and 13, and we're done with the book. And then we jump into these projects. Pretty big projects. Make sure you're thinking about how you're going to attack these, and make sure to, I would say put in your MOP. If you want me to look at your MOP, feel free to post it here. I can show you one of the ones I did a long time ago, and let you guys take a look at that. Yeah, I'll share that out. That's all I have to say. Have a good week.